Frog water. Imagine being lost in the desert, heat burning your skin, with no water in sight. In Australia, some Aboriginal tribes survived by using the water-holding frog. This little creature stores rainwater inside its body during dry seasons. By gently squeezing it, clear water comes out. It might feel odd to drink from a frog, but when you're dying of thirst, it's one of the strangest but smartest tricks in the survival world. What makes it even stranger is how much these frogs can hold. A single water-holding frog can keep enough liquid to give a person another day of walking, and sometimes more. Aboriginal people learned how to find them by spotting small mounds of sand the frogs dug into. It takes knowledge, patience, and respect for the animal. But in the burning desert, this bizarre trick has saved countless lives. Fire from ice. It sounds impossible, making fire out of frozen water. But if you're stranded in a snowy wilderness, ice itself can save you. By carving a clear block of ice into the shape of a magnifying glass, sunlight can be focused enough to spark dry grass or leaves. It's slow, it's hard, but the idea that fire can come from ice feels almost magical. Here's why it works. Clear ice bends light the same way a glass lens does. When the sunlight passes through it, all the rays meet at one point, making it hot enough to burn. To pull this off, you need crystal clear ice, not cloudy, and it has to be polished smooth. It can take hours, and your hands will be freezing. But in return, you get fire, which means warmth, cooked food, and protection. For someone lost in endless snow, this trick feels like breaking one of nature's rules. Pants net. Clothes aren't just for covering your body. In military training, soldiers are taught to use their pants as a fishing net. Tie the legs shut, sweep them through shallow water, and fish get trapped inside. It looks silly, like laundry day gone wrong, but in a survival moment, your pants can turn into dinner. The idea sounds like a joke, but armies around the world train soldiers in this trick because it works. Even without a fishing rod, hooks, or bait, a simple pair of trousers can catch enough fish to keep you alive. It shows that survival often means improvising with whatever tools and resources you actually have nearby. Something ordinary, like jeans, could become the difference between starvation and strength. Instructors repeat that survival is not about comfort. It's about turning ordinary clothing into extraordinary tools. Water condoms. When people hear condoms, they don't think of survival, but these little items are sterile, stretchable, and strong. They can hold nearly a liter of water when tied off, making them a secret weapon for survival kits. Wrap one in cloth to prevent tearing, and suddenly you have a portable canteen. Strange? Absolutely. Useful? More than you believe. Why does this work? Condoms are made of strong latex that expands without breaking, almost like a balloon. That flexibility makes them perfect for holding liquid. Soldiers and hikers have carried them for this very reason, because they take up no space in a bag. Some people even use them to keep matches and electronics dry. Something designed for one use becomes life-saving equipment in another. Potato power. Phones are lifelines in emergencies, but batteries die. Believe it or not, potatoes and lemons can be used to make a weak but real battery. With a few wires and nails, you can create enough charge to send one last desperate text. It's not science fiction. Farmers and students have proven it in experiments. Sometimes vegetables can literally save your life. Here's the science. The acid inside potatoes and other vegetables reacts with zinc and copper in the nails or wires. This reaction releases electrons, creating a small electric current. It's not strong, it won't power your phone for hours, but in survival, even one emergency call or message can change everything. A bag of groceries in the trunk of a car could become your rescue plan. To someone who never studied chemistry, the idea of food turning into electricity feels like magic. Ant stitches. Deep in the jungle, without doctors or hospitals, a cut could kill you. But nature has its own first aid. Some tribes use soldier ants to sew wounds. You press the ant's jaws onto the cut, it bites down, and then you snap off the body, leaving the head clamped like a staple. It's painful, creepy, and looks like a nightmare, but it works. Why would anyone do this? Because wounds that stay open get infected fast. An infection kills more people in survival situations than hunger or cold. These ants act as natural surgical staples, keeping skin pressed together so the bleeding slows and the body can heal. While it's only a temporary fix, it's saved lives long before modern hospitals existed. Even today, survival instructors sometimes teach it in extreme training. Insects, the smallest creatures, suddenly become the most important doctors in the wild. Bug protein. If you've ever seen survival shows, you know this one. Eating insects. Grasshoppers, beetles, even worms are packed with protein and fat. In many parts of the world, it's normal food. For survivalists, roasting them over fire makes them safer to eat and crunchy. It might disgust you, but when your body is shutting down, a handful of bugs can mean the difference between life and death. Why bugs? Because they're everywhere, easy to catch, and filled with nutrients your body needs to keep moving. Over 2 billion people eat insects daily, not because of survival, but because it's a regular part of their culture. The only reason it feels strange is cultural bias. In survival, you don't have the luxury of being picky. Hunger will eventually overpower disgust, and you'll realize bugs are nature's emergency protein bars. Charcoal cure. Poison is one of the oldest killers in nature. Eat the wrong plant, and your stomach will twist in pain. But there's a weird solution. Charcoal. Crushed charcoal binds to toxins before they enter the blood. Even modern hospitals use activated charcoal for overdoses. It might feel insane to swallow ashes from your fire, but it could save your life. Why does this work? Charcoal has tiny pores that trap chemicals before your body absorbs them. It doesn't neutralize everything, but for many natural poisons it slows or blocks their effect. Ancient cultures discovered this long before science explained it. In survival, you don't care how pretty the cure looks, only if it saves you. The ugly black powder from your campfire may be your only medicine when no other option exists. Cactus water. Cacti look like enemies, spiky and dangerous, but inside, many hold pulp filled with water. Explorers have survived deserts by slicing open prickly pear cactus and chewing the bitter, slimy flesh for hydration. It's not tasty and it's not clean, but when the sun is killing you, cactus juice can keep you alive. But here's the warning, not all cacti are safe. Some, like barrel cactus, contain bitter fluids that can make you sick and dehydrate you faster. The trick is knowing which ones to use. Prickly pear, for example, is one of the safer choices. Native desert people passed down this knowledge for centuries. For an outsider, every cactus looks the same. But to survive, you must know the difference. A mistake here could be deadly. Pine tea. Sailors once died from scurvy, a disease caused by lack of vitamin C, but survivalists know a strange cure: pine needle tea. By boiling pine needles, you get a sharp, bitter drink full of vitamin C. Explorers who learned this trick lived while others wasted away. A tree that looks ordinary could secretly be the reason you survive a long winter. But why does this matter? Because vitamin C is what keeps your body from breaking down during food shortages. Without it, your gums bleed, your joints ache, and you grow too weak to travel. Pine trees standing silently in the forest hold enough vitamin C in their needles to keep you alive. It doesn't taste great, but in freezing wilderness, one boiling cup could mean the strength to walk one more day. In the silence of snow, that steaming cup could decide survival.